Power that stems from pen barrels could travel faster than the instant domination of a gun blast into a young man's imagination. As if we live in a society that values thought over brute force, that resorts to the use of pens instead of lead swords, and spends more on arts than it does on arms. Replace the bullets with poems. So kids no longer come to any harm, blown down in the street by drive-by haikus. But it's blessed, because they'll be dressed in poem-proof vests, and when a gang comes to test another's metal, the score will be settled by who can write the best lines of iambic 9mm, shot from the chamber of mouth and throat through the cold steel of a microphone, leaving opponents splayed across car bonnets with the explosive force of 14 rounds of sonnets. And at the end of the battle, if poems did replace gats and caps, would the crowd still show their appreciation by going brah, brah? Replace those bullets with poems at home, of course, and we'd have to do the same abroad. Send our forces into combat to defend the free world with magazines of armour-piercing, depleted uranium-tipped free verse. Pray they don't get picked off first by sniper ghazals written in Arabic, or hit by bursts from the muzzles of friendly American pens with language designed to ask questions after, but shoot first. Truth hurts. But dishonesty causes more pain than 12 bore from a sawn-off. So before we start making hollow points about ballistics replaced by linguistics, perhaps we'd be better served by asking why we want to shoot each other down in the first place. Metaphorically or literally. Does using violent language make it more or less likely we'll express it physically? And if we did have an industry that exported poetry instead of weapons for the mighty to wield, would that mean we'd be fighting on a level battlefield? Orwell said, guns give claws to the weak. And that's a weak clause in the argument, because you're still weak if you're too poor to afford the best armaments. And yet sometimes is armed struggle the only way to get things done? Would Mandela have won if first he reached for pen and not for gun? But the young ones dying in our versions of Soweto's slums aren't aiming at revolution, they're just dissonant chords yearning for resolution, looking for the wrong sort of support and solutions that are not there as they mistakenly sight each other in the crosshairs. So yeah, replace live ammunition with lyrical ambition by all means, but understand what it would mean to make real such tall dreams.